I rarely give any comic opinions on this website, but I might as well give one for this one because I really got a hot take on it. Hey, what's up, you guys? It's me, Derek, the review, back again with another video. And a couple days ago, Zack Snyder made some comments on Joe Rogan's podcast, which some people like Zack Snyder for what he did on the DC universe. Some people did, some people didn't. I kind of wanted to see what he was going for, but we didn't get any conclusion after Zack Snyder's Justice League, so and yes, I know people had a divide about his version of Superman, how Superman killed Zod. He wasn't hopeful, standful for truth and justice, and took things in his own way, but that's not the character we're talking about. We're talking about the big man himself, Batman. To put it plainly, he mainly discussed some things about Batman, like his rule about killing, that Batman has to kill in order for him to actually be human. And come to think of it, I know there are a lot of people who say Batman shouldn't kill. Batman represents the people who stand in harm's way to not repeat the same mistakes as his parents did. Batman doesn't kill mainly for the reason is that his parents died by a gun, and is the reason why Batman doesn't even use guns. What do I think? If I'm being honest with you, it all depends on the version of Batman you're talking about, because you can say anything you want about any interpretation of Batman, the comic version, the movie versions, even the animated versions they have. But if you think about it, Batman has killed in almost every one of his appearances. Early back to Michael Keaton, Christian Bale,
I won't kill you. But I don't have to save you.
Ben Affleck,
I believe you.
even almost Robert Pattinson killed some people at a point too. Don't even get me wrong, but there are some versions of the animations where they do allude to him killing, like the whole speech around the Red Hood.
You don't understand. I don't think you've ever understood.
What? What, your moral code just won't allow for that? It's too hard to cross that line?
No! God Almighty, no! It'd be too damned easy. All I've ever wanted to do is kill him. A day doesn't go by when I don't think about subjecting him to every horrendous torture he's dealt out to others, and then end him.
Aw, so you do think about me.
But if I do that, if I allow myself to go down into that place, I'll never come back.
And even the Batman Beyond series, where he actually was at the point of killing somebody, and once he knew he was about to kill someone the same way his parents did, he knew he didn't want to do it, and it scared him.
No! Don't!
I understand why people are more defensive about Batman, because every interpretation has to say he kills or doesn't kill. It's proven once in a while that people can get away with it as long as they like the version or the type of way the universe is set up. Because let me say this about Zack Snyder. His version was mainly inspired by The Dark Knight Returns. And yes, at a point, Batman almost kills the Joker, but also he kills the mugger to save a kid. And it's implied that even though Batman doesn't normally kill, quote unquote, he's still up to the point where killing somebody is going to have to be a factor at some point. You might have to kill someone even if the circumstances don't align to it, but at some point, people are like that. And in fiction, it's a weird thing where I'm seeing in fiction how people are saying killing is sacred, that you can't do that, even in a revenge plot. But if you think about it, as human beings ourselves, we're incapable of getting revenge. And let's say somebody did harm to your parents, somebody robbed your friend, or at least somebody tortured or did some horrible things to somebody you know, you'll want to kill them after what they did. They can go to prison, but still, you're going to take justice into your own hands, and you don't know what you're capable of as soon as you cross that line. All I'm trying to say is I don't agree with his comments, but also you have to look at it from the way his version of Batman was actually interpreted, because you have to think about that version of Batman was already Batman for years. And let's say timeline wise, he had a Robin, he lost Dick Grayson, he lost Jason Todd. In the middle of everything, he's gonna have to stop being Batman and actually go brutal the same way we can get away with Spider-Man No Way Home dealing with the fact that Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man has killed people at some point during the whole in between movies, and people were fine with it because, like, oh yeah, he was tortured and he was traumatized after Gwen Stacy's death. But in this version of Batman, he's traumatized by everything that's happened in his life. Losing Jason Todd, at that point, he stopped being safe with the criminals and actually started using brutality against his victims, even branding them in Batman versus Superman. Then, when he saw that Superman had the same ideologies and he saw himself in him, he stopped doing that and actually started being defensive. Yes, he killed those people in the warehouse. I'm aware of that. But after that, he formed the Justice League, wanted to do good, try to actually bring the peace back in Gotham, but we're not going to get that conclusion because everybody stopped at DC caring about Zack Snyder and continuing on his legacy. Who knows what he would have planned at the very end of this universe? I know there were some rumors that he wanted to do a romance between Batman and Lois Lane, and hopefully that didn't happen. Even the old quote from I think around the Watchmen days, where he said, "Yeah, I can interpret Batman in my movie, and he can get raped in prison." And I don't know why he would say something stupid like that, but at least Forest Fire poked fun of it, doing a Lego version of it, which I gotta say is crazy in itself. But I'm gonna put a link in the description for you guys to check that video if you get to. All I'm trying to say is that Batman doesn't need to kill. There doesn't have to be a way to say, oh, just because he kills, that doesn't mean he's not Batman. Batman represents the good in all people and the ultimate human, because he's the one who can get himself out of any situation, and he knows smart enough, well, that everybody can be broken, even him, but he doesn't want to cross that line because he knows he's not going to go back. And I can just end it with right here. Batman doesn't have to kill to be a god or better than any other superhero. All right, you guys. Thank you guys for watching. This is my hot take on the situation. If you don't agree with it, that's fine. That's your version of how you interpret Batman. A lot of people see it in many ways, but this is mine. Thank you guys for watching. Leave a like, subscribe if you haven't already. All my social media is down in the description below. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye, guys.